Rich Slaton here for the University of Mixed Martial Arts with UFC Hall of Famer and Mixed Martial Arts legend Randy Couture. Randy, it's been a long time since your first fight, but what do you remember from the first time you stepped into a cage for combat?
It's kind of this surreal blend of excitement and fear. You're not really sure if you want to stand in there or you want to climb the cage and get the hell out of there. It's a unique experience.
Now, you didn't ever have amateur mixed martial arts fights, but you did have amateur boxing and wrestling fights. What did you take from that? How did you use that as an educational experience moving forward?
Well, I started wrestling at 10 years old, so I had a lot of wrestling matches. Actually had no amateur boxing matches. I trained a little in the Army and then didn't get a match, but tons and tons of wrestling experience, and some of it at a very high level. And all that competition, in my opinion, counts. Obviously, the rules of engagement are different for MMA than they are in wrestling, but overall, it's high-level competition. It's still an individual combative sport, and all those things prepare you for walking up and getting in that cage.
Here at the U, we're trying to train new young fighters, give them experience so they can be prepared for the professional stage. What are some of the biggest mistakes that you see young fighters do when they start their professional career?
I think it's common to see guys spend a bunch of energy in the back room, in the training environment, getting all hyped up for an already electric and hyped up situation. So learning to keep your emotions under control, stay calm, focused, go through your normal warm-up ritual and walk out there, stay as relaxed as you can and go out and compete and do what you train to do is always the challenge.
Now, we've had a lot of good fights tonight so far. Of course, that big back-and-forth battle between Colby Northcutt and Brooksy the Bear Bayard. Was there anyone who stood out a lot in your mind tonight?
Well, just getting here, so I haven't really gotten a chance to watch a lot of the fights. I was just coming from the Save the Wrestling event just down the road, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the fights now.
Save the Wrestling Olympic International Committee. I didn't even get that right. International Olympic Committee. Just save it, for the love of God, please. So, how do you feel about amateur mixed martial arts in terms of an educational experience for a young fighter? Do you think that that's a value to step out, to be away from the pressure of a professional environment to develop the right mentality?
Absolutely. I think it's very, very important. It's not something I had the liberty to enjoy. And now with my son at 30 years old, having competed in 7 amateur fights before he started his pro career and just had his 8th professional career fight, I think it's very, very important to see how guys compete, see where their conditioning level is, where their mentality is, the strategic holes in their game as fighters, all done in a little more controlled environment with a little less pressure in the amateur ranks, and I think it's very, very important.
What's the best piece of advice you could give a young amateur fighter as they're making that transition towards professional? What are the things they should look out for or make sure to focus on?
Well, I think don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Enjoy the amateur ranks and the amateur fights. And it'll occur to you when it's time to move up into the pro ranks, and then make sure you're getting in the appropriate pro fights. I think we see a lot of guys jump out of the amateurs into the pros, and they get into a fight with a guy that's got 7, 8, 9 pro fights thinking they can hang with a guy with that much professional experience, and it's still not the same thing. So I think getting into the appropriate professional fight when they do go there is real important.
And most importantly, where's the best place to see amateur mixed martial arts action in Southern California?
Well, this is it, isn't it?
This is it, the University of Mixed Martial Arts. This is Randy Couture. I'm Rich Slaton. Thanks for watching.